Hello and welcome to yet another yapping with me, Fellonius the Wizard. This Sunday I want to talk about something called Folkrace. Now, I'm not a big fan of sports, as I've probably said a million times by now, but when it comes to some sort of motorsports, suddenly I am there. I am watching and I enjoy it. I have no idea why, and this one particular folk race is special for me, and I can't realize why. But I'm trying to get through this. First of all, what is folk race? Well, first of all, it is a Finnish, actually, it's from Finland, and it has been, since back in the 70s, I guess. In 1981, they started to do first competitions here in Sweden. And just a half a year later, there were 63 events made and all that, so yeah, this is cool. It is a normal motor sport thing with a normal track, and that track is actually made especially for folk race, which is a bit fun actually. It's like banger racing in Britain, and you have something called stock car or something like that when you can go around crash cars. Now this is not crashing cars, this is trying to get through in your junk car and get first. That is the thing. If you ever seen motocross, car cross, then you know the drill, or should I say even the track. But the cars will not exceed over 80 kph, 50 something, I think 55 or something like that, no, 52 miles per hour. Not over that. They are only allowed to go over 80 kph. And there are old cars, just normal Volvos and Saabs and whatever you can find, Opels. And I've even seen some American cars out there, but they are so slow because they are heavy. Now, this is the part that I really like about folk race. After every event, each car that has been raced is up for sale. You have to sell your car. You have to have it for sale. It's only like $80,000. No, $800. Sorry, $800. 8,000 Swedish crowns. No more. That is the value. You can't get more, you can't get less. You sell your car for 8,000 Swedish crowns, $800 dollars, plus an extra 200 Swedish crowns for the administrative thing, of course. Paper pushers need to have something. And then at the start of every race, you pay like 300 Swedish crowns. That's a $30 dollars. So a total, if you just want to get into this, go to a folk race place and make sure that you do have a license, because if you don't have a license, you're not allowed to drive anyway. And you can get this type of racing done for $850. 8,500 Swedish crowns. And you're on to the next race. Because you don't even need a driving license. You can actually go and do this anyway. But a special motor license is, of course, needed. The thing is that most of these bangers are old. They have been on the track several times. They have been turned over, wrecked, pulled back by a tractor and all that. But if the motor is still running and if it's going well and the wheels are still there, all four of them, please, then it's actually worth the risk. And then you have some other rules, of course. You cannot push people. But if you are having your nose at the guy's front door, you are able to just push a bit because he can push back. And that because the stability in both cars are okay at that point. But you can't push them off the road but because I don't like him. You have to just try to get past him some sort of. So there are some very hard rules and you have to learn them all. You can walk the track before that, and you can have a meeting, a driver's meeting before, and you can learn anything about the new track if you haven't ever been there before. Now, watching this, of course, they are painted in so many good colors that you can actually see the team you're holding on. The things you can do with that is mostly have flags and stuff, but they don't hear you, so it's no use. This is a motorsport event. The drivers can't hear you when they are driving. Nevertheless, you can always see the team that you're holding on. Mostly because, well, let's say that you have a little village. I know myself, there are a couple of them that has at least 4 cars. Perhaps there's a lady driving one, and there are 2 seniors and 1 junior. Yes, if you're just 15 years of age, you can go in and make a junior of you and drive. And that's a good thing about learning how to deal with the pain and the stuffing and all that crashing. Because if you happen to have a crash in a real car while you're out driving, you have had some training in, oh, this is how it sounds. This is how it is. Now, I have done my crashing in real cars as well, so I already know that. Thank you, I don't need more. But watching this makes it very cool. Now, it's easy. You have qualifications. There are 6 cars in each qualification, unless, of course, the group, the class that you are competing in is less than dividable will be by 6. But let's say that you are 24 cars. That means that you have 4 qualifications. All cars qualify 3 times if their cars is actually running, because after 2 qualifications your car perhaps is just a junk standing somewhere smoldering and smoking and are not going anywhere, and that's bad, of course. But anyone who still have the cars going will be entering the qualification. The qualification winner gets 6 points, and then it's 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Of course, that is considering that you are actually getting to the finish flag. If you don't get to the flag, you are probably not going to go anywhere anyway. And there's also, I think there's a time limit, about 2 minutes. If you're not in after 2 minutes, after the last guy has passed the goal line, then you're out. You're not getting any points. But still, if the engines still are running, you can still go to the next qualification. The guys with the most points, let's say that you are having 3 qualifications and you're doing well, you are number 1 in all 3. That means that you have 18 points. You are then in A final. And then there's a B final, and then there's a C final. And the guy who wins the C final is getting a chance to be driving in the B final, and the guy who is driving the B final is getting a chance to be in the A final. And the A final winner is the winner of the whole event. It is that easy. And that means that if you just get hold of a sheet of paper or anything, you can keep track of how your guy is doing. You know. And then there's always the spectators and the commentators, especially the commentators, that you can go and ask if you want to. How did that pink car go? Because you are holding on the pink team or something like that. There are some Pink Panther themes. That's why I use that as a thing. Now, I'm not going to drive. No way. But I have had a working colleague actually who did, in his little green Volvo 142. I didn't know that he was that good at driving. Now, however, the car broke down in the second qualification, so he didn't get anywhere. But he was third in the first qualify, and in the second qualify he was up at second place. But for some reason the engine just didn't want to. And by being with him, helping him, I got the chance to be in the commentator's box. I got the place close to the cameras. Yes, there are cameras. If you go and watch for Folkrace in Sweden or Finland, you will have a lot of videos on YouTube that you can go and watch. I like this. This is a motorsport for me. It's for folks. It's for people. And I hope you have something in your countries all over the place. Not banger racing, because banger racing is more like let's break down every junk car we have. There's only going to be one car driving. That's fun to do in a game, but I wouldn't sit and watch it. I'd rather watch some other stuff like, I don't know, IndyCar perhaps. When it comes to America, that is. But we have banger racing in the Britain, and I know for a fact that is more like it, but on a round circuit. In Folkrace you have a real track with corners right and left, and a straight, and some tarmac, and mostly gravel. And you need to have both types of tire, and well, it's technically not that hard, but it's so fun to watch. Okay, I hope I have taught you something about Folkrace, and it's a Finnish sport. It comes from Finland, and I would love to see Finnish races as well. Now, I think I'm gonna go and watch some YouTube videos on this topic. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.